What is up, YouTube? Welcome back. Here from a new setup, but still here to bring you the goodies, the Monday meta update, and also to talk a little bit about what is coming up soon with MTG Arena and MTG in general. Probably like most of you, kind of in a wait for the next set mode to come out, but we'll still give you the latest spicy lists and standard format details and stuff like that. But in case you're not aware, the next set, the Brothers War, is coming out in just over 2 weeks. I guess about 2.5 weeks. You can see the release dates here, but basically the previews will start sometime this coming week. And then after that, we get the pre-release event around November 11th, the release for MTGA on the 15th, and the Brothers War official release on the 18th. And somewhere in between there, I think in between the pre-release in paper and the release in MTGA, there's going to be the streamer early access event thing. So hoping to get in part of that, and I can share you some of the sweet deck lists coming up a little bit ahead of schedule. But we'll see as those spoilers come out. We'll be sure to cover it here on this channel as well, and give you all the good details about that. All right, well, let's get right into the standard meta action. So I would say standard is pretty much settled down at this point, pretty solved. Meat Hook got banned pretty recently, but the only real victor it looks like from that was the mono white aggro lists. The other aggro decks seem to have fallen off a little bit with mono red and Gruul. Still fine choices for the best of one ladder. They still do fine in there. You're still going to win over 50% of your games. But mono white is by far the strongest. And, we still see that mono black is still very strong even without Meat Hook. Yeah, you can't quite get rid of that thing. So, yep, still there. Somehow enchantment's still going strong. I never seem to lose to that deck, but somehow people are doing well. And Esper Legends was the recent deck that has really come into favor with this Radabrick of Urborg as one of the key cards in there. So yeah, if you like that kind of thing, you can give that a shot. And then if we look at just the meta for today, still Mono Black is still the most popular deck, it seems like. Or at least the most one of the top win rates deck, mono white, mono black. But yeah, actually, today mono red is the most played, and mono blue second most played. Yikes. Okay. I don't know if you're like me. I hate playing against mono blue tempo. I seem to always make the wrong decisions and lose on that matchup. But yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that. But this is kind of your breakdown for today. Of course, it changes from day to day as people try out different things, but all the mono colored decks seem to be doing it except for mono green. Poor mono green, it's not making the cut. All right, as far as tournaments, there really wasn't that much going on this last weekend. I think everybody was too caught up with the MTG Arena event that was going on, the qualifier event. That was at Alchemy, it seems like, so nothing really to cover there for standard. There was one small tournament where Grixis seemed to take the top of the tournament there. 5-color mid-range doing okay. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, nothing too special there, to be honest, besides that. I will say that I have found some pretty cool lists that people were doing well with on Twitter, so I wanted to share those with you as well. The first one is this mono white soldiers list. So this is based around all the soldiers in the set, and you have also this Valiant Veteran. The Lord card is 2 mana that buffs all your soldiers. So yeah, apparently it's doing pretty well. Using the Welcoming Vampire to generate a lot of value off of the little soldier guys that you're grading and stuff like that. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Different take on white than we normally see, so I'm all for it. And yeah, this person here, 2-drop, did quite well with it, it seems. And then another deck list that someone did very well with is this Slogar deck. They called it Even Sloger. Kind of funny. But it's kind of a self-mill Sultai list that makes good use of these graveyard effects. Soul of Windgrey, Slogurk, and Urborg Lurgoyf to get you some value. And even the Ludwig which can start as a 2/3 that mills you and then it turns into a kind of a giant creature late game if you have the right mana. So pretty sweet deck, to be honest. Lots of rares though, so I can imagine it might be kind of tough to craft late in the season. But if you have the wild cards, give it a shot. It seems to be doing well and looks very fun. They say the most fun deck you will ever play. So pretty cool, pretty cool. And then this last one I made a video about, so check it out if you haven't seen it. But this is Ali Eldrazi's 5-color domain deck, domain enchantments. Very, very sweet list, feels very strong, and I never had trouble with the mana when I was playing it. Makes good use of the Kami War and Titan of Industry and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just a very strong domain deck that is very good right now in the current meta with the aggro and mono black as the two main decks to play against. So lots of creature heavy decks. So this one is doing well. But yeah, that's kind of it for standard and all the cool spicy decks. Yeah, I say have some fun while you can. Just try out some random things. Try out these interesting brews. Make your own interesting brews. There's still plenty of time to try out some crazy things you want to. Don't feel like you have to grind the main decks if you don't want to. Of course, if you want to get to the top of the ladder as fast as possible, then probably your best bet, in best of one at least, is mono white. Seems like it's got a pretty steady, almost 60% win rate, and you know, any of these other choices are fine as well. Enchantments or mono black. I personally would play the enchantments one. Like I said, I've never lost to that deck ever, so I kind of think people are just getting maybe lucky, or maybe they know some tricks that the people that play against me don't know, because I've literally never lost to that deck. But mono black, pretty tough to beat, so that's pretty strong still. Esper Legends is pretty tough. So I would say mono white, black, or Esper Legends are probably your best bet for ranking up pretty quickly on the ladder in these last few days, if that's your goal. But alright, I think I've said enough. That's kind of it for this week's metagame update. And looking forward to those spoilers for the Brothers War coming soon. So probably next week we'll be covering that instead of this. And until next time, have fun and see ya.